All right, so it is time for the reading AT number 1. And as I was reading the article provided by Stanberry and Raskind, I could not help but see the paper-based computer pen. So a smart pen is what everybody else seems to call it. So that grabbed my attention right away. From the article Assistive Technology Tools Reading, and I had never seen anything like that before, and I thought, that's interesting, I need to look into that. So when I looked into the Smart Pen, I saw that essentially you could use the pen to take notes on a special pad of paper, and you could simultaneously hit record, so that would record any audio. So obviously it's going to be great for lectures. It's going to be great for meetings. So you can write down as much as you want, or you can write down one single word, which just seems to be what a lot of people do. They write down one single word, they record what's being said that goes along with that, so that when they go back to their notes, they can just click on the one word and then it brings up all of their notes. So how cool is that? I never heard of something like this before. The application, I think, would be pretty easy. I can see my students using this as we're having discussions in class. With my students with disabilities, I tend not to lecture a whole lot, right? Lectures are very, very short and sweet, and they're usually personal and in really small groups, but I could still see them using it. You know, they could write down one word. If the word is, you know, Abraham Lincoln, they could record me talking about Abraham Lincoln, you know, for the minute or whatever that we're having a conversation. And then the next day, as we're reviewing information, you know, they could click their pen on that word. It would play back everything that I had said, our entire conversation from the day before, which I think with students who have memory issues or just hate writing, right? This is one of the problems that I, as a teacher, have, is that I give my students graphic organizers. I try to make it easier. You know, I fill in almost everything. I leave one word blanks, but even some of my students who really struggle with writing, asking them to write down one word, especially if they have no clue how to write it, you know, how to spell it, you know, that's an issue as well. So I looked into the cost of this. It's pretty pricey. Smartpens range. The cheapest one I found was $92, all the way up to some that cost over $300, $400. The newest ones on Amazon seems to be about $360, and even those, not all the reviews are great. Now, it does seem like they're getting better as the technology rolls out, and there are some people who really enjoy this technology. So the highest rated one on Amazon was $150. So I'm thinking that this would be something that parents would probably be purchasing. Now, if a school district were to purchase a smart pen, or a handful of smart pens, maybe they can loan it out to several students who would really benefit from it. That's a possibility. The other thing that I noticed was that with smart pens, some of them you can use an additional software and have the text that you write down actually be transferred to editable text in a Word document. So a lot of people liked that. I can see a wide range of uses for this, and not just for students who have issues with writing or with reading, because it helps on both ends, because they can just click in here and not have to reread notes. But also for students who are taking very heavy lecture-based classes. So even for advanced students. And a lot of the reviews that I was reading for these smart pens were people in college courses saying that this really helps them to go back and study, and it really improved their GPA. But the review that caught my eye the most was definitely the one that talked about issues that her daughter had with dyslexia, that this is really helpful for students where writing is just a big, big challenge, and reading as well. And so this really helps both of those, actually, for any students with disabilities. Some of the biggest barriers is definitely going to be cost, maybe teaching students how to use it. But I do think if you get somebody who's young enough that benefits, that they're interested in the technology, they learn to use it at a young age, that it could really benefit them growing throughout their school life. So from everything that I read, they're easy to use. Some of the problems definitely are going to be tech related. Some of them might have bugs. Some of them might not last very long. You can purchase some limited warranties. I did see up to 3 years on some of them. And you do have to remember to charge them. So it would definitely be something that I think our media center, if we were to get them for our district, could keep, 5 or 10 pens charged at the library. Students could check them out, return them at the end of the day, and they would always be charged. But it seems like a pretty cool technology to me. I definitely want to check out this AT Tech.